Hey everybody, it's Jana Bressenden here again, ready to share my story in raw, vulnerable, and sometimes embarrassingly real ways so that you will know that you are not alone. And I was reminded yesterday that there is a question that almost every parent asks themselves, and doubly so when you're going through a difficult time or a challenge. Hey Megan, good to see you. And that question is, am I doing the right thing as a parent? There's been several times, hey Bruce, there's been several times in my life where I felt like these questions were front and center. And I'm not just talking about the little day to day things like, yes or no, should I sign my kid up for soccer? Or, yes or no, is this the right school district? I'm talking about like the big things. Like in my life, the big things like, should I tell my kids that their dad is dying? Or should I tell my kids that this marriage is ending? Or, how do I talk to my kids about this boyfriend that they think they want to have and what a sexual relationship might look like when I think they're way too young? Like those big questions where you ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Um, Thank you so much for those hearts. That lets me know that you've been asking yourself that question. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to talk about how you can know. And I think really the point of it is you're probably never going to know for sure because we don't know how the story ends. I tell you what, hey Judy, good to see you. I was sitting with my girlfriends. This is like a couple years ago. So we're all in our 40s and we're sitting around chatting about our lives. And I have one girlfriend who's talking about her dad and their relationship and how stressful it is because when he comes into town, he expects her to wait on him hand and foot. And she's got 3 small kids that she needs to take care of. And she doesn't understand why he can't get himself up off the couch to get his own drink of water. So that same evening, I've got another girlfriend, and she's talking about the strained relationship that she has with her parent that's kind of all stemming from her not really feeling like she can be herself. Hey, Nicole, good to see you. She really can't be herself, and so she's planning this big conversation that she wants to have with him, and she's not sure she can do it. She's writing it down on a letter to make sure that she says everything she wants to say before she starts crying and has to clam up and leave the conversation. And I forget, one other person. So out of 5 women in their 40s, 3 of them are having some kind of situation going on with their parent that it doesn't really feel good. And then it hit me. These kinds of stress and, disagreement and like headbutting and not feeling good is just a natural part of a parent-child relationship, no matter how old you are, whether you're 6 years old or 26 or 66. And it's because those relationships matter the most. We are spiritually connected to our families. Our hearts are bound together. So any kind of disharmony really strikes a chord within us, and we don't like it. And sometimes we don't know what to do with it. So as I put this question to you in the beginning, which is, how do I know if I'm doing the right thing as a parent? I really feel like what the whole point is to accept that nobody knows. And if I think about how I take care of my kids, I bend over backwards for them. I lose sleep over them. I give them every possible emotional, spiritual, financial resource I can, sometimes even beyond my ability and means. When I think I'm too tired, when it comes to one of them, I can give just a little bit more, right? You stay up late at night with somebody throwing up and you've got, dirty clothes and sheets and, everything all over the place, and somehow you manage, right? So, but despite my best efforts and despite how much I'm giving and despite how desperately I want to do it right, it's completely normal and natural that they're going to come back to me someday and say, what you did really hurt me, or what you did really bothered me. And unless I'm prepared for that, unless I'm prepared to receive that and talk about it, they're not going to be able to heal a wound. right? And I'm not going to be able to be as connected to them as I want to be. So I don't know if this is making any sense, but if I was to bring it around full circle, I guess I would want to repeat myself and say, we don't know how it's going to be. We can only do the best that we can do, and trust that our kids will love us enough to be able to overlook our faults and extend us grace, and that we'll be able to say I'm sorry for the things that they think matter, and just continue on in our relationship, living and loving even more and more deeply than we were able to before, because now we know something new about how they work and how they think. And I guess I also want to say, I don't want that question of, am I doing the right thing, am I doing the right thing for my kids? I don't want that to keep you from doing the right thing for you. So many times I hear people putting their own life on the back burner, or putting their own heart on the back burner, or keeping an untenable relationship together because they think they're helping the kids. But here's a news flash. Your kids already know what's going on. They might not know the details, but when you're not connected to your partner, or when you're keeping something from them in your life, they can feel it. They don't know exactly what it is, but they know that something's not right. And if you don't talk to them about it, if you don't show them how to navigate their way through it, if you don't show them how to communicate about it, you're giving a story that you think they can't handle it, that you think they won't understand you, you think they won't accept you for who you really are, you think they won't be able to handle the reality. And that just, I think it really undermines trust, because they know something's wrong and they don't know what it is, and then it makes them think that you're telling them a lie, or that they can't trust you. And when things are falling apart, like in those extreme examples that I gave earlier of, divorce or death or some sort of huge, transition, what kids need is, strong adults who will tell them the truth and who they can trust. So I'm not really sure how to land on this one, but I feel like it's a conversation that happens over and over again when I'm talking to parents. And so I want you to know, I want to give you 100% permission to just know that you even asking the question, am I doing the right thing, is exactly the right thing to do. And really trust that as long as you're speaking your truth with love and compassion and grace, and letting your kids know that you will never leave them no matter what, that your love for them is unconditional, that we are a family and we're bound together, that is the greatest gift that you could give your kids. So many families don't even have that. So as time goes on, as we get older, as things start wrapping up, maybe then we can just hope that love and grace will cover over whatever offenses we have committed, because we will. We're human, we're imperfect. And yeah, I think that grace story can be just as important. Learning how to speak about something that's hurt you, learning how to forgive, learning how to apologize when you've hurt someone, even unintentionally. So it's kind of getting beyond the scope, but yeah, I hope that helps you as you're thinking through some of these things today. So you guys know I'm always here on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. If you have a story that you'd love to share with me, any family situations, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below, or you can reach out to me on private message or through my email, hello@janabressenden.com. And if you have a friend that you want to share it with, and we're not friends on Facebook, I post these all on my blog at janabressenden.com. See you next time. Bye for now.